So maybe some of you guys have noticed that Adidas has been pushing their night joggers again, right? So initially those came out a couple months ago with, there's the black color, and then there was this one, and I think there's a white one that came out along the same time. And now they're a little more readily available, so to speak. So I thought that it might make a little bit of sense to kind of put another video out there. Obviously not doing like the initial review because I've done that, but maybe like a wear testing sort of thing, because this past weekend I was out for a while, like walking all around all kinds of places, and because I wasn't here back at home, I couldn't, switch out shoes every however long. So I wore these all day Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So I've kind of got a lot to say about them now. So this, as some of you may recognize, is I want to say it's the Carbon Nite Jogger. So one thing that you can probably notice right off the top is that these do look a lot like the Iniki Runners or the I-5923s. And let me pull this out. So, for a comparison. So one thing that I will say about wearing these after all those hours on end, like all day long, all day comfort, no question about that. That is a given. They are a little stiffer, like the boost is a little stiffer than you find on these guys right here. But one thing that, it's not a bad thing. It's definitely not a bad thing. It's just that when you step on these, in these you feel like your foot is going down into the ground more. These, you still have a nice comforting step with each stride or whatever, but it's just a little stiffer, and it's actually kind of nice. It might not sound that way, but to some people it might not sound that way. But I know some don't like the boost because it feels too cushiony. So if you're one of those people, this might be something for you to consider. And part of that could also come down to what's going on the outsole there. This, you just kind of have the thin overlaid gum bottom, and you can actually see the boost within there. This, it's a little more reinforced. You can kind of tell that. So just wearing them, that was one of the things that I noticed. And even by the end of Monday, I was still like, okay, these haven't changed much with it. They felt just a little better because I'd worn them for several hours. But even today, I wore these for a little while. If you follow along with me on Instagram, you probably saw these while I was actually at a barber shop. But I just wanted to walk through the town a little bit today just to get that last comparison in. So these overall, again, the lower portion, kind of prefer these honestly over those, but that's going to be just based on how you feel. Moving past that though, to the upper, this is basically like a utility version of this, kind of like how they have the Vapor Max and have the Vapor Max utility. It's sort of the same thing. So one of the things that you'll notice on these is that they definitely hold your foot in a lot better. It's because it's got a bit more structure to it, more materials, all that. Whereas this, don't get me wrong, these things are super comfortable, like super comfortable. But you can kind of tell a little just by looking at it, but that there's not a whole lot going on as far as the upper goes. It's a very thin material, and because of that reason, they can fit a little loose. These, they have a similar fit, but it doesn't feel so much like your foot is just like hanging around in there. It feels like it's actually kind of locked in just a bit. You also have the 3M on some areas and on the laces, so that's another selling point too. But overall, I gotta say that these are actually really nice. Visually, I'm not as huge on them as I am with these, because I really just like this basic look that these have going on and the various colors that they come in, and they all seem to just work out pretty nicely. This, I would have preferred to have gotten that first pair, the black pair that came out, just because it looked a little better. These aren't, I'm not against them or anything like that, but it was one of those purchases where I knew that they were going to have pairs coming out over the coming months, and I was probably going to like one of those upcoming pairs more, but I wanted to get them and just kind of see what they were all about. And I knew I wouldn't dislike them, it largely was just wanting to make sure that, you know, when I do find the pair that I like more later, I know exactly what I'm getting into fit-wise and all that stuff. So that's really just about it. I just wanted to make a little review just to say what I thought of these after wearing them. So to summarize that, oh, also the fitting, true to size on these. So I go with a 9.5 on my Adidas shoes. So whether it be the Iniki Runners, the Yeezys, the the Ultra Boost, all that, I go with a 9.5. Went with the same thing on these. Again, they fit just like these guys do pretty much, just that these feel a little, they feel like they're on your foot a lot better. It's not so loose. Like in the review for, actually, you know, I never reviewed these. Never reviewed those, did I? On the review for the green pair, though, I may have said something about how loose they can be and all that stuff, and how it feels like maybe you should size down, but I recommend against it personally. This, I did not have that feeling. I put these on and I was like, yes, this is good. So that's my take on that. But yeah, so to summarize everything, just kind of wrap up the video. These here, bottom to top, the Boost, really nice. It's a little stiffer than these, but I like it. I think it's a welcome change. Moving to the upper, it locks your foot in a lot better. It feels like it's a more solid shoe, especially if you're going to be out walking around all day. It's a good thing. And the 3M, now that's definitely a personal thing, and I have a huge bias towards that, much like I do for Safari Print. I have a pair of Safari Print Air Max 1s, some like emerald green pair, with 3M on it too. It's probably like one of my favorite things in the world. If I had a picture, which I don't think I do, I'd put it up there. I'll review the archives, but I'm pretty sure this is gonna stay blank. Anyways, these, definitely solid. So the pairs that you're gonna see coming up, hopefully you like a pair, or you know, if you don't, just kind of keep waiting. But if you're on the fence, I definitely suggest checking them out. Even the materials are actually nice on these too. It's a well-constructed shoe all around. And I don't think that they're moving all that quickly, so you'll probably be able to check out a pair in store, or at least not have to rush to get one before they sell out or anything like that. So there you have it. This right here, the Adidas Nite Jogger. This, I want to say this is the carbon color, but could be wrong because I honestly don't remember, and they don't put the color things on the box like Nike does. So there you have it. If you got any questions or anything like that, please let me know in the comments if there's anything that I didn't do. I'm not doing the on foot because I did clean these, but they don't look all that clean to me. You know, because it was like it's a rushed job. But if you look over my last video that I did on the green pair of these, just imagine this instead. So however that looks on foot to you, this is gonna look pretty much the exact same. Because again, like you look at these, it's very much the same style, just more of a utility look on these and more of a basic casual look on these. So there you go. I should have another video coming up. My mom did actually mail those packages, so I don't know. That probably still won't be until like early next week, because I think she just mailed them on Saturday, and I haven't really checked the tracking information to see how quickly they're moving along. And I don't think I have anything else on the way here. Well, I do, but it was mailed out after her stuff. So yeah, so if I do any other videos, it's going to be for me having just bought something in person, and I don't see that happening because I don't think there's anything out that I really care to have, honestly. So, but we'll see what happens. Alright, so you guys and girls, have a nice rest of your day, rest of your night, whatever it is, wherever you are, and I will see you again hopefully soon. Goodbye.